Dear Christian, my fellow pen pals, Christian asked me the question, what is your audience? After having expressed his thoughts that ruthless bottom line constructive criticism, if we let it force us into a position of trying to be the best, can straitjacket our art and turn it into pop entertainment, which has a financial bottom line. I don't think there has to be a line between art and entertainment. I think much of the best art overlaps with entertainment, and I think all of the best entertainment overlaps art. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. The Wire is entertaining. Beethoven's Ninth is entertaining. Star Wars is entertaining, and I would go out on a limb and call it art. Just because something is financially successful doesn't mean it's the best. I think David Cronenberg made the best subversion of superhero culture a long time ago with The Fly, but it's never going to compete financially with Iron Man, even though I think The Fly is a better movie. But I'm not going to say Iron Man is a bad movie because it's pop culture. I think Iron Man and Iron Man 3 are really good movies, and I consider them art. What I was getting at in the last video when I said, what can I do that I can be the best at? I wasn't talking about in terms of success with a large audience. I was talking about success with me. Am I truly satisfied with what I've made? When I hold it up to my favorite art out there, am I satisfied? Do I feel like, yeah, they're on the same level? My favorite 3 films in history are Citizen Kane, Michael Haneke's 71 Fragments in a Chronology of Chance, and Joss Whedon's Serenity. When I compare my art to those 3 films, I feel like, no way, I've got a long way to go. So when I say I want to be the best, I want to be able to make something that impacts other people the same way those films impact me currently. So in answering your question, my audience ideally should be people like me. I just feel like there's got to be more to art and to entertainment, both. That's my audience. And when I was talking about creating in isolation, I meant when I listen to Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor, I feel inspired, and that's because of one person. Film is a collaborative medium, but it is so rare for films to work because collaboration requires multiple people's time, and time is money, and a lot of money is needed. And creative people are all chefs, so you get too many of these creative chefs in the kitchen, and generally you end up with Spider-Man 3. What I'm opposed to is the notion that things have to be big in order to be good. We, until we have discovered the best version of our creative selves and distilled it into something small, will never make feature films. They are enormous capital enterprises. In the meantime, what songs can we perform? What short stories or books or blog entries can we write? What YouTube videos can we make that can serve as proofs of the best art that we can make and inspire our audiences of like-minded nerds or weirdo creatives in the same ways that our favorite art inspires us? Before Napoleon Dynamite, there was Palooka. Before The Dark Knight, there was Memento, and before Memento, there was Following, and before Following, there was a little short film called Doodlebug. Before Mozart's 41st Symphony, there was a little song called Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I want to create art in the meantime that is so good that it sucker punches people like me in the gut and makes them ask questions the same way that art I like makes me ask questions. So, my question for you is, what is your artistic ideal? For me, when I hear Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor, or watch Joss Whedon films or TV shows, I think this is it. I want to make art like this. So this question kind of goes back to the first question you asked in this series, what inspires you? But a bit more specific, what works of art and creators out there changed your life and inspire you to change other people's lives in similar ways? This was a hard question for me to work through, so I hope everyone will get something out of it. Keep making stuff. All right.
Over here is a handy playlist featuring all of the Pen Pals videos thus far. Join our conversation about creativity in a digital world. Add your voice in the comments. Make your own video. Let us know what you're creating. Over here is Christian's previous video in which he asked me the question, who is your audience?